Good morning, everyone. It's the one, the only Senor Silverback himself, joined with the master of the flux capacitor. And we're coming to you live on Rogue Money Mornings, the show that gives you all the news, all the views, and every other damn thing that's important to you, because we break it down like no one can. You're here and you're with us, man. So check us out, roguemoney.net. Check us out also on Twitter. Follow us there at the Rogue Money. And Rogue Money Facebook, Rogue Money, every podcasting app known to mankind. We're there. Rogue Money, Apple News, we are there. Rogue Money everywhere. I love it. I love it, CJ. It's like a bad Dr. Seuss rhyme this morning. I'm telling you, bro.
Break
Also,
it down,
check out
bro.
also check out our sponsors, myfreedomnow.us. myfreedomnow.us. Learn how you can get funded. Learn how you can get out of debt. And if you need money to get some cryptos, investments, pay off some mortgage, whatever the heck it is, that dream business you got concocted in your head, myfreedomnow.us will show you how you can get $600,000. 600,000. That's a lot of zeros, my friends. Unsecured that you can utilize and use. Also, check out mygoldusb.com. Mygoldusb.com. Surf the dark web anonymously using military-grade 1024-bit encryption. Messaging, email, browsing, all of it in one convenient operating system, bypassing the deep state surveillance. Mygoldusb.com. That, CJ. What's crack-a-lackin'?
Just pumped up, V. Back in my home office, which is so nice.
Yeah.
Getting back home, ready to rock it out. So we are streaming everywhere, V. Everywhere.
Good. We are everywhere you want us to be, CJ. Yes, I love it. I don't know where to begin, man. I don't know where to begin. I have no idea.
You take it where you want to go, V. You take it where you want to go.
I want to start with the trans troops. I want to start with the trans. Okay.
Yes.
Is that okay with you, CJ? I'm going to start off with the trans.
I've just been so upset all night long, V. I just do not know what to do.
I'm just so tired of Donald Trump being a homophobe, a xenophobe, a xenophobe. He's an xenomorph. He's a phobophobe. I just can't stand it, CJ. His constant belittling of the LGBTQRSTUVWX ampersand hashtag community. It's just been terrible. It's just so terrible. I can't stand it. I mean, what's wrong with a man in a skirt taking hormone replacement therapy on the battlefield? It's totally normal. I mean, you study history, trans troops have always been heroic. Have they seen Joan of Arc, the movie? Like, oh my God. William Wallace, he wore skirts, and so did the entire trans Scottish army. They all wear skirts, and look at them, CJ. They won their freedom from England.
That's right.
They were all in dresses, CJ. I mean, what the hell? A man in a dress is a vicious animal. He's fierce, CJ. He's very fierce. On the real, though, man. I mean, seriously, guys, here's the deal. Here's my take on trans. You want to be trans, that's your business. I don't care. I'm a libertarian. I don't care. Whatever you do on the privacy of your own home, if it doesn't involve hurting somebody, I don't have a problem with it. So whether you want to be a trans, do it on your own dime, though. Don't do it on my dime. Do it on your own dime, okay? You pay for it. If you can't afford it, then suck it up and find a way to pay for it. Literally, suck it up. Because literally, there are dudes out there dressed as women going out for sexual favors and whatnot. Whatever it is you got to do, you want to go shake your ass in the corner, go ahead and do that, but do it on your own dime. I don't care if you want to be trans. I don't care if you want to shove gerbils up your rear end. Whatever floats your boat, do it on your own dime. Okay? Do it on your own dime. But in terms of letting the military be your little social experiment for all you far lefty nut jobs, no, hands off. Hands off. Okay? Nobody, no doctor, no kinesiologist, no physiologist, anybody no endocrinologist. I mean, you name the ologist and the specialty who's worth his salt will say this is a healthy thing for anybody to get involved with, number one. Number two, the only idiot doctor says that there's no difference in putting hormones into a man or a woman. It makes no difference whatsoever. Is an idiot doctor who has a social agenda, A, or B is somebody who is really profiteering from sex change operations. Period. Period. Punto
Bingo.
final. Okay, punto final. All right, so that is the one of the things I want to tell you. Third, we only understand maybe 34% of the endocrine system. The rest of it, we have no freaking clue. So, what are the long-term ramifications of being on hormones for the rest of your friggin' life? We don't know. Case in point, you're born a man, you're a man. Okay? You want to be gay, go ahead. It is healthier for you to be a homosexual than for you to be trans. Okay? It is healthier for you to be a homosexual than for you to be trans. Reason being is this. In countries where transsexuals and multisexuals and all types of sexuals are accepted, okay, in societies, the trans population still has a higher than 40% average on suicide versus a normal population. And these are in places where it's already been accepted. Okay? You are born a man. You're a man, damn it. Okay? You want to go ahead and I'm going to go get surgery. Go ahead, and your body begins to kick in and fights you like it's a wound. Okay, it begins to heal itself. Okay, so all of a sudden, that new little vajayjay you created for yourself is trying to close up, and you got to every so often go to the doctor, get it retrofitted, refitted, I mean, whatever you got to do, chop, cut, rebuild, polished, whatever. Okay. All right, whatever it is you got to do, you got to keep doing it. Why? Because the body begins to fight you. Why? The body thinks there's a wound that it needs to seize up, that it needs to close up. That's what's going on here. Okay, you're not born a woman stuck in a man's body. You have what's called in psychiatry gender identity disorder. It is a mental sickness, and we as a society need to stop normalizing mental disorders. Period. I don't care if that's politically incorrect. Go shove it up your rear end, literally. Turn it sideways, why don't you? Now, secondly, again, I don't have no problems if you're trans. I don't care. I'm not a homophobe. I have gay friends, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Okay? You do it on your own dime, number one. Number two, don't try to shove it down my throat. Number four, don't try to make, again, the military your social experiment, because our men and women, mostly our men, need to be killing machines. Do you understand? You lefties don't know how the military works. Maybe you need to watch Major Payne. CJ, have you seen Major Payne with Damon Wayans?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Classic military movie. Some would say Full Metal Jacket. But I recommend watching Major Payne, because there's a line in Major Payne that you lefties need to understand, and that's this. When Major Payne says, "My business is killing, and killing is good." That's the business of the military. It's killing. Killing. That's what we do in the military. And killing is good. So, in other words, folks, and I'm being a little facetious here, okay? The military's primary mission is combat readiness, combat effectiveness. If I was a squad leader, I don't need somebody on hormone replacement therapy on my squad. I don't need a man who's transitioning into a woman. He's no longer Brian, but his name is now Becky. Not happening. Okay? Number three, I don't need some woman who's trying to transition to a man. You will never be a man, you dyke. Never. Your bones are too frail. You don't have the skeletal structure for it. You don't have the benefits of testosterone. Okay? Look, I'll tell you right now, I've seen some women do some obstacle courses almost as effectively as any man, CJ. I'll be honest with you. But I promise you this, CJ, if it was hand-to-hand combat, I would kill any one of them. Personally. I would literally rip their limbs apart. Okay? Personally. I don't care how strong of a woman you are. I'm a 5'11", 265-pound, incredibly muscular, and stunningly handsome male. You stand no chance against me. Seriously. They would stand no chance, like literally, So stop the nonsense. Stop the socialite nonsense, this experimentation. It's better for women to just be women. It's better for men to just be men. Stop this trans crap. Don't do it on your own dime. Do it on your own time. There you go. Trans. Do it on your own
Hey,
dime.
you nailed it, B. Absolutely,
Do it on your own
1000%. I mean,
dime. That's it, dude. That's it. That's my rant for trans.
no, that's fine. I mean, we have, in the attempt to normalize, we also had here locally a news broadcast that they were broadcasting out of how proud that the local library was having transgender story time with
Jesus
these
Christ.
olds, going in and reading them stories. I mean, what's that all about, and why does it have to be? It's this globalist attempt to normalize transgender, to normalize pedophilia,
Yep.
all these things, and it's out there in plain open now, V. So we've got to counter this. So
Hell
this is
yeah.
a great move by Trump to announce this, V.
Let me explain something to you far out lefties who are devoid of human history, don't understand human nature. Human history and human nature is a savage thing. Okay, it is a savage thing. If I were to recount to you you moron muppets on the left, the far left, not the liberals. I'm not talking about liberals. I'm talking about the far left here. Okay, if I were to explain to you muppets human history in one little sentence, okay, in one little sentence, human history is nothing but a history of aggressive force. That is it. It is a history of aggressive force. That is world politics. Do you understand? And just because the West, I don't know what it is about the West, that we are all of a sudden wanting to be the leaders of trans and all sorts of sexual deviancy and making that normal. If we in the West of all of a sudden have gotten into this social stupidity and trying to normalize this and push it on the forefront, if I'm telling you, not only is it leading to the decay of our society, okay, because let me explain something to you guys. Gynocentric, okay, gynocentric, pussified cultures, pussified societies always fail. They fail miserably. Why? Because a much more aggressive culture, a much more aggressive patriarchal, you might not like that word, but I'm going to say it, patriarchal society comes in and smashes and replaces you. You don't believe me? Take a look at Europe. Take a look at Europe. Immigration without assimilation is invasion. Say that 3 times. Immigration without assimilation is invasion. Hello. Hello, are you with me this morning? Are you with me this morning? Folks, take a look at Europe. Take a look at what's happening there. Look at the bitched out Swedish men who, after their women were raped to the tune of thousands, after their women were sexually assaulted, fondled, raped in rape gangs, all the bitched out Swedish men who are a bunch of social experimented on far lefty nut jobs in the gynocentric society that they live in, could do nothing to defend their country, their culture, or their women. All they could do is put on a miniskirt and high heels saying, sexual crimes affect all of us too. Because the crazy jihadis and the ultra-aggressive migrants that are living in Sweden really care, and they're frightened to death when they see a man in a miniskirt. It's terrifying. It strikes fear into the heart. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, CJ. Dear America, you've done the right thing. Thank God Donald Trump has reversed that idiot Odumbo's policy of having trans troops. America, 2017 is the year that you take your hand and you put it firmly into your pants, and the search for your balls has begun. 2018, the gorilla hopes that you find your balls, and you realize that you're a proud patriarchal society that kicks ass, takes names, that you're innovative, that you're leaders, that you're mavericks, that you're the trailblazers. You're the ones, the city on top of the hill, the salt of the earth. 2018, America, find your balls, drain the swamp, MAGA.
That could be a campaign slogan. That could be a campaign slogan, V.
CJ, that's going to be our campaign slogan, man. We're going to have to save Western civilization.
Find
CJ.
your balls.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's going to be you and I. We're going to have to save Western civilization. Western civilization, find your balls.
Let's do it.
That's it. Just that campaign. We will reignite a resurgence of masculinity because right now is the time, and I'm seeing in Europe, man, with the identitarians, okay, who are a resurgent of libertarian, very masculine type guys who are resistant to the Islamification, the migrantization, and the rape of Europe and the loss of European identity. And we're seeing it here in the U.S. with our buddy Gavin McGinnis with the Proud Boys, and all the things that are happening here. There's a resurgence of masculinity. Okay, so that is what we need to do. Screw this social leftism bullshit. America, find your balls. Find your balls. Now,
boom.
Now we can get into the news, CJ.
Let's do it.
The EU is furious over new Russian sanctions and threatens immediate action, Siege. Did not surprise us at all.
Nope, they put out the warning, and now it's here.
It's definitely here. Claude Juncker is warning the Trump administration that the EC will respond sharply to the imposition of new U.S. sanctions on Russia if these are adopted without EU concerns being taken into account. Among the responses said to be under consideration, according to Politico, is that European Union's blocking statute regulation stating that no decision based on extraterritorial U.S. laws is enforceable in the EU. This is the same principle China has asserted in defending its sovereign interests. Both the Financial Times and Politico obtained a copy of the internal memo, which Juncker has repeatedly prepared for the July 26th meeting of the European Commission, expressing concern about the effects of sanctions on European entities in the railways, financial, shipping, mining, and among other things. Because they will be hurt. European industries were hurt the most under Russian sanctions. Why, CJ? Why? Well, for Russia, it's become very easy. Russia's thriving and it's immune to sanctions because it is Russia's steps, its maneuvers that it did, CJ, to get around sanctions is a blueprint for success, is it not, buddy?
No, absolutely. 1,000%. I mean, it's actually helped their economy tremendously, V.
Mm-hmm.
It's opposite the effect.
Yep. Absolutely. I mean, think about it. They've really put it together, man. Right now, Russia's technological sector is improved. If you haven't seen it, go watch a video of the MAKS 2017, MAKS, MAKS, which is their major air show, their major military showcasing where people could go in and they can buy hardware and all that other stuff. Amazing. A lot of indigenously pursued airliners. The MC-21, beautiful airliner that's going to be competing with the Boeing 737, Airbus A300s. Phenomenal airplane, very well built, extremely robust, beautiful to fly, simple to maintain, very fuel efficient, Russian made. It's incredible. Okay, it is really incredible. Competes also with the Embraer 195 and all that. So great aircraft. Okay, and you're seeing right now that Russia's become an agricultural superpower. Our agriculture, they have really done a lot to make themselves an agricultural superpower, so they are self-sufficient. Okay, they are one of the biggest agricultural powerhouses in the world, and there's a difference. Okay, from the food shortages of the 90s, where you see pictures of in Russia, post-collapse Russia, where they didn't really make much of anything. Okay, we had a little bit of meat here, a little bit there, maybe a little tiny little freezer. Now it's a plethora. They have like butcher shops filled with all sorts of delicious non-GMO meat, CJ, because GMOs are banned in Russia, buddy.
Exactly. Completely banned. Completely banned.
79% of all cars produced domestically in Russia. The most tangible results have been achieved in agricultural and food processing and automotive, chemical, and pharmaceutical industries. Okay? Russian automotive industry has made a dramatic turnaround, with 79% of all cars sold in Russia now produced domestically. Think about that. Almost 80% of all cars that are sold in Russia are produced domestically. How is that possible? Well, Volkswagen's moved factories over there, and Audi has factories over there, and Mercedes has factories over there. And you have Lada, the Russian, and Volga, and all these other Russian brands. And being that Russian brands are 57% foreign brands, 22% of them are Russian brands. Almost 60% of them are foreign brands produced in Russia. Contrary to the received wisdom, a major share of the auto components is also produced in Russia at a level of 65 to 70%. On the back of these developments, Russia now spends about $6 billion on imported cars, whereas the import value was raised as high as $20 billion in 2007. Incredible turnaround. Pharmaceutical industry,
Massive.
out of nowhere, massive, making incredible amounts of cutting edge medication. Aviation industry, like the best. I'm telling you, the Russians make the best damn aircraft. They actually make things that work. It works very well. Okay, they're doing great. The MC-21, the Irkut, the IL-76s, the my favorite helicopter, the KA-62 Black Shark. I mean, Mi-28 Havocs. You know, unreal, and they're doing it very quickly, very rapidly. The petroleum, the art. I mean, this is a country that's on the move, man. Gee.
Yeah, every industry, and this is a blueprint. This is a blueprint to provide to other countries that are, Venezuela, whether it's the Philippines, who probably will have U.S. sanctions, hurled at them soon. Mm-hmm. So what they've done with their economy, V, is just it's landmark. It's just a tremendous turnaround.
Yep. And you know what they did? They got out of paper and they built a physical economy, man.
Boom.
That's
boom.
how you survive. You build a physical economy. You link up with China. You link up with the European, the Eurasian Economic Union. You link up with all those countries. You can't fail. Any trading partner of China cannot be sanctioned. Period. Bitcoins and cryptos are not going away, CJ. Japan's a case study, buddy.
Oh, huge, right? Take a look at the use numbers there. Once they legalized it for the citizens, and it's like just taking off, V.
Yep, and it's taken off to the point that ever since Bitcoin's been legalized in Japan, here's what happened. More than 260,000 stores in Japan are rolling out Bitcoin as a payment method. Stores at famed electronics marketplaces like Akibara have started accepting Bitcoin. Japan is setting up a Bitcoin testing hub for fintech companies, and leading Japanese Bitcoin exchanges have unveiled plans to accelerate adoption. It's all leading to an increased usage of Bitcoin in Japan. Volume on local Bitcoins has accelerated since the law went into effect, and it has the highest volume week of the year last week of June, toppling 4.7 million yen. It's incredible. Tokyo's famous sushi bar, the Namakazu Ginza, is an example of a growing popularity of Bitcoin. The restaurant was one of the first to accept Bitcoin payments. Okay? Unreal.
Yeah, unreal. And I like the little comparison chart in regards to the internet, V. If you take a look back at the internet, and you've stated this numerous times, think back to the early usage of the internet, right?
Yep.
And what was that catalyst to jump forward?
Netscape. Remember Netscape?
So, yeah, Netscape. Netscape, yes. Remember Net Zero?
Oh my God, Netscape.
I missed those
sounds. Oh my God. You're waiting for like 5 hours for like a picture to download or a file to be downloaded. I'm like, oh my God, this sucks.
Yeah, so the internet went from 16 million users in 1995 up to 3.6 billion by 2016, V. And Bitcoin has that momentum. The cryptocurrencies have that momentum. And for all those skeptics, whether it's the gold, silver people, whatever, there's room in the arena for both. Okay, so it doesn't have to be this competitive thing that one or the other. There is room for both. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, there's room for both. House Judiciary Committee approves effort to investigate Comey and Lynch. What's that all about, Siege?
Yeah, this is big. So, there was a huge Democratic movement to really try to squash this. The Democrats were very upset that there was even any type of consideration regarding investigation of Comey and Lynch. But in light of Comey's testimony, where he specifically stated that he was concerned that Lynch was wanting to really take the Clinton email investigation and rebrand it. What did they want to call it, V? Not an investigation. They wanted it a review or something of that nature. So now the House Judiciary Committee has came forth and says, you know what, we are approving this, and this is a bipartisan effort to begin a formal investigation into Comey and Lynch v.
Yeah, yeah, that's great, man. I'm happy to see that. It's about time. It's about time. And do you think there could be some connections that these two have that correlates to Mr. Imran Awan, the
Boom. There
arrested?
you go.
Yep, Mr. IT guy who was out there pilfering all sorts of data. Come on, there's going to be a correlation here. Someone's going to go to jail. Someone has to go to jail. Someone has to go to jail. What is old has got to go. Now again, CJ, it looks like the Republicans have once again C-blocked a clean repeal of Obamacare. These guys are such douchebags. Where do I begin? Where would you begin with this one, buddy?
Well, let's think back, V. I mean, remember this bill that Rand Paul had tabled in regards to the complete repeal of Obamacare actually passed like two years ago, and then Obama vetoed it. So this is the same bill that they passed literally 2 years ago, and now they can't accept it. V. That's their level of stupidity. And now we also have a little bit of insights as to why Mitch McConnell specifically did not want the vote to occur until John McCain came back from his brain tumor, because he actually voted against the complete repeal. So they were specifically waiting because they needed that one more vote, that one more number that they knew was going to jump in with the Democrats and play obstructionist here against the administration. B.
You guys are disgusting. These guys are just enjoy your time at the trough, you disgusting sellouts, you un-American sellouts, you disgusting pigs. 2018 is coming, and all you jackwads are done for.
Yeah, there's not going to be any stomach. Yeah, it's a huge momentum in 2018. That right now, V, in terms of our elected officials, there is no appetite for anything other than them just assuring their votes, their constituents, that when they go back, that hey, vote for me. And 2018 is going to be a very disruptive year. We're seeing it with Kid Rock. Kid Rock is actually leading the polls right now in Michigan. He is a serious contender. He's actually having registering voters at his concerts that he is having in Michigan.
Yep.
Here on the local side, and I'm going to try to get her booked for an interview because I think we need to promote it. We have a very strong libertarian that's actually running for Senate. She was very disruptive when she ran the last time. I talked to her yesterday, and she's going to do it again. She's very much about vaccine safety, about getting GMOs out of our food supply, just a staunch libertarian, V. So we need to get her on to help her to win a Senate seat in 2018.
Absolutely, man. Let the disruptions begin. The Pitbull Scaramucci, buddy. What's he up to?
Well, it's very interesting. Yesterday he sent out a tweet, and apparently yesterday his financial disclosure form that released his income, where it came from and everything, was actually leaked. So he sent out a tweet stating that he is now formally asking the FBI and the Justice Department to investigate how his financial disclosure form was leaked. Now, in this tweet, he actually tagged Reince Priebus in this tweet. And I guess it was captured. It's captured via screenshot. You can see it at Breitbart. But apparently he removed the tweet, and people were commenting saying, were you pretty much, just saying, hey, Reince is the potential, leaker here in the Oval Office in the White House? And he released another tweet saying, no, I'm just stating that all of us are working together to get rid of the leaks that are occurring in the White House. But I look at it differently. This guy's a pit bull. I watched him all Sunday going around on Meet the Press, everything he's going on. Granted, he's a banker when you look at the amount of money he brought in. But if he's going to be that strong person, that pit bull that needs to go in there and to clean up the inner workings of the White House, then so be it.
Dude, he's a New York tough guy, bro. He's a savage. Watch what he does. All it's missing here is Giuliani, and you have the trifecta. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Dude.
Yeah,
Giuliani
it's very
gets
exciting. It's very exciting. I mean,
sick.
we're starting to see that pivot that we've been talking about so long. We're starting to see those the criminality. You know, the Comeys being investigated, the
Yep.
leakers, the things that are occurring. That we're seeing. You know, if we could just get our deadbeat Congress and Senate just out of the way, V. And there was other legislation I was going to put in the deck, but I just didn't want to. Like, you know, yesterday was a perfect example where the Congressional Approval Committee that allows bills to come in and be discussed and tabled. Yesterday they blocked a cannabis for veterans that was going to allow the VA in specific states that have legalized medicinal cannabis, allow the VA doctors to write prescriptions for these vets that could use it for the PTSDs.
Why would they
Their
do
pain
that when the
syndrome.
opioids? What were the drug companies doing with their
Exactly,
opioids?
exactly. And this committee blocked the vote from even being, you know, coming forth, allowing the vote to allow this. So if you think for one moment that the elected people are working for the average everyday American, they are not. They are
No,
completely not. V.
no. If you think these guys are working for your best interest, you are drinking the Kool-Aid, my friend. You are drinking the Kool-Aid. The government and the people have two competing interests. That is the first thing you need to understand. The government's job is to become more powerful and take more money. Your job is to earn more wealth and have more freedom. Those are two opposite and completely diametrically opposed positions. That is why government should be brought to heel, because government is a servant of the people, government is by the people, and the people should never fear their government. Government should fear its people. Believe that. With that being said, CJ, we're at the end of the program. Thank you all for listening in. We'll be back later today. We have a jam-packed day. We have Hanging with Harley at 12 o'clock. Then we have Bix at 1 o'clock. And then we have my man Gus Demas at 4 o'clock when it comes to Cuss with Gus. Jam-packed day. Get ready. Strap in your seatbelts. We're about to go full throttle. Take it away, CJ.